And it's trouble for Uddhav Thackeray now over that show of strength when he greeted hundreds of supporters. BJP leader Tajinder Singh Bhagat has filed an online complaint against Uddhav Thackeray for violating COVID protocol and meeting his supporters. Uddhav Thackeray had tested positive for COVID yesterday, but as he left the official CM residence Varsha and moved to Matoshree, he was seen greeting his supporters, personally greeting them. He was masked up but was seen meeting with several of them, and it's led to a lot of opposition from the BJP, who's questioned how this can happen. Amit Malviya also tweeted saying, "We were told that Uddhav Thackeray is COVID positive, but he since met Sharad Pawar at his residence and moved amongst people who apparently turned out to see him go back home. He shouldn't have left in the first place." This deceit is what has led to Sena MLAs revolting. The BJP questioning, is Uddhav Thackeray COVID positive or not? He says he's COVID positive and then goes ahead and moves from one house to another, interacts with huge crowds with Shiv Sena supporters, even reportedly met with Sharad Pawar. And it's based on this blatant violation of COVID protocol that now the BJP is filing an online complaint as well against him. So this is turning into a big political flashpoint as the BJP is questioned how Uddhav Thackeray, if he's tested positive, is violating COVID protocol, moving from one house to another, meeting with several people, meeting these supporters as well. And if he's in fact COVID positive, that's a clear violation, which is why they've now filed a complaint against Uddhav Thackeray. Paras Dama is joining us live from Mumbai with more on this. Paras, good morning. Uddhav Thackeray, of course, resorted to that big show of strength with hundreds of his supporters gathering. The BJP is questioning, is Uddhav Thackeray COVID positive or not? How is it that if he's tested positive for COVID, he's moving from one residence to another, he's meeting people, he's greeting supporters?
The first time yesterday only, when he was just talking to the Shiv Sena with Facebook Live, he said he's COVID positive, and that's the main thing which happened. He just tested positive yesterday, and after that, in the late evening, he just went from Varsha to Matoshree, and between that, he went out for 5 to 6 times out of his car. So this is the most important thing, and BJP is now targeting Uddhav Thackeray that he has violated COVID norms, and it seems like he has done that because he only said in Facebook Live when he was talking to Shiv Sena that he is COVID positive, and that's why he's not going to get out of his house. After that, what happened? What happened? Why he went out of his house? Why he moved to Varsha? He moved to Matoshree. So these are some important questions that has been raised, and BJP is also targeting Uddhav Thackeray that why to do that? But if you are not well, if you had tested COVID positive, why you just left your house in Malabar Hill? So this is the important question, and BJP has targeted Uddhav Thackeray on it, and they are asking questions. There was no need to get out of his house. You have risked so many of people because yesterday evening we saw how much crowd gathered around Matoshree and Varsha. This was a humongous crowd. We saw that. So it may create problem for Uddhav Thackeray. It may create problem for Shiv Sena because already they are in problem right now. So this may affect NDA Sarkar also because the decision to go out when you are not well, when you are COVID positive, that can affect the things because the situation in Maharashtra is very difficult right now.
COVID cases are going up in Mumbai. That should be a concern. And despite that, look at what happened last night. Uddhav Thackeray, who's tested positive for COVID, got out of his vehicle, interacted with hundreds of supporters who gathered there. He's tested positive for COVID. Let me remind our viewers, do COVID guidelines not matter to the Chief Minister of a state? He's moved from one house to another. He got out of his car. He got out of his vehicle, met with supporters, reportedly met with Sharad Pawar as well. And look at the kind of crowd that's gathered there. How was this allowed? Will there be action against Uddhav Thackeray for quite simply setting a bad example as the Chief Minister of a state when COVID cases are going up in the state of Maharashtra? The BJP has filed a complaint now against Uddhav Thackeray for violating COVID protocol. How was this allowed, Paras? And will there be some sort of clarification on this? Because the BJP is questioning, is Uddhav COVID positive or is he not? How is he mingling like this if he's COVID positive?
Yeah, probably there should be some action because you represent a state, and when you represent a state, there are so many of responsibility that you have to follow. But yesterday what happened, I think responsibility was not being followed by CM Uddhav Thackeray, because when he tested COVID positive, the normal rule says you should be isolated inside your house or you should go to the hospital. But this rule was not followed by Mr. Uddhav Thackeray. After that what happened, he just came out of Varsha, he left Varsha and he moved to Matoshri. In between them, this route, he get out of his car for 3 to 4 times and he interacted with the people. Right now, the cases in Maharashtra is raising like anything. It's a major matter of concern when in your state there are cases which are rising like anything. At that time, how can you be so irresponsible? So BJP is trying to target in that sense that as the Chief Minister, you have responsibilities. In COVID times, you have to be very much responsible, and what you have done, you have made a road show out of that, and you had put life on risk of the common people stays in Mumbai. So something should be done about it. Some clarification should be coming from Uddhav Thackeray. We hope that some clarification should come, because this is a major matter of concern where the in-state COVID cases are rising, and this type of road show happens and you are COVID positive, and after that you come out of a car and you interact with thousands of people. That's the main matter of concern, Akshita.
Very true. Forget all of the political drama that we're witnessing in Maharashtra. It doesn't take away from the basic responsibility that a Chief Minister has right now.